my name is Pascal. Today we are going to do a buy guide for the Rogue R6 rack. And I personally think it is a great all-in-one rack with one major downside, which is that it is part of the Infinity family. And the Infinity family from Rogue recently hasn't really gotten a lot of love from product engineering. The two big questions you have to answer for buying a Rogue R6 are: do you really want a 6-post rack? And do you really want to buy the Infinity series from Rogue? Now, for me personally, both of these questions are a no, and I have hundreds of hours of research in Rogue behind my back and about 20 orders from Rogue for my home gym. Now, let me walk you through why the answers are no to both of the above. A 6-post rack usually takes up too much space in a home gym, and you can get the same amount of functionality out of less floor space with an RM3, an R3, an HR2 rack, or an RM4. I personally own an RM4, and I think that is really a more compact design to achieve the same that you can get with an R6. So I always recommend to people, and would also recommend to my friends, to look for a 4-post rack and then decide whether you need a full or a half rack. The second question is also a no for me. I do not want to enter the Infinity series product line from Rogue, because the Echo and the Infinity series from Rogue are kind of the grandfather and grandmother of the product portfolio. They haven't really seen a lot of love lately from product engineering, whereas Monster Lite has actually seen 2 major upgrades over the past years. I'm not saying Infinity and Echo are bad products. They are good quality compared to the competition. I'm only saying you will see more and more going into the future from Rogue, from Monster Lite and Monster, rather than on Echo and Infinity. And your home gym purchase should be also looked at over a period of 5 to 10 years that you are actually using it, and then maybe get some of the younger generations of products, so that when you make upgrades in the future, they will actually be compatible with what you already have at home. Now, while we've gone through why I personally wouldn't get an R6, there's also a lot of positive things to be said about the R6. If you say, I don't want a colored rack, I still want Rogue, I do want a 6-post rack, and I also want to save money on the same 6-post rack, then the Rogue R6, if you're willing to enter the Infinity series from Rogue, is a very, very good option. Now, why am I saying that? It is the all-in-one package where you get everything you need and a few bonuses actually thrown in. Now, that is due to the fact that the Rogue R6 used to be the flagship rack of Rogue before the Monster Lite and Monster series were born. And what I find especially attractive about the R6 package is that the plate storage pins are already included, and that you also get a multi-grip bar for pull-ups with the package. So if you want to get a 6-post rack and make your order as simple as possible, get the R6, get the Infinity series, and then also opt for the bumper plates and the Ohio bar that you can get with the shipping. Because then you make it really easy on yourself to order a fully blown Infinity based setup for your home gym, which is massive, and be happy with it and don't upgrade it in the future anymore. So that is the scenario where I think that the Rogue R6 is very strong and is very good value for money. I still probably would recommend the 690 a bit more over that, but simply for the fact that you are entering Monster Lite, where you just have more trickle down from any innovation made in the Monster series. With that summary, I'm not alone, because there is an indicator on the Rogue website that the Rogue R6 is a popular option. Whenever you already have upsells integrated into the landing page where you buy your Rogue rack, which is bench, plates and barbell, then you can conveniently assume that this is one of the top sellers of Rogue, because their product management went over all of the options and said, look, here we have the most conversions, so we do want to integrate upsells. Another example of that would be the Rogue 690 rack, which I would definitely recommend to look at as an alternative to the R6, just to keep yourself within the Monster Lite series rather than just Infinity. The price gap is not that big, and you get a bit more future-proof than with the R6 in my opinion. But still, don't be alarmed, the R6 is still a very popular option from Rogue, which is shown in the way that they're trying to upsell you when you're checking out. Alternatives to the R6 out of the Rogue lineup are the RM6, which I personally would exclude for most home gym scenarios because it's just too expensive and too big. That's my personal take on it. Start with an RM3 or an RM4, and then if you want to grow into something bigger, do that. But save the space and the money, because you definitely don't need the rack space in the back, in my personal opinion, if you plan everything right, because the cage of an RM4 or an R4 or 490C is really already big enough for massive people. Like I'm 185 centimeters tall, I'm 100 kg heavy, and the RM4 and the space that I have in it is more than enough. And check out the playlists here for training for the jersey to see how I move within the rack. So RM6 I would include. I think RM4 and RM3 are contenders based on your space and budget. Then you are really going for future-proofing your whole setup. Other options are the 690 if you still want to stay within the same budget range as the R6, or the R4 and R3 with all of the downsides that I've already mentioned about the Infinity. So for me, if you had to decide between two options, if you were for 6-post, look at the 690 and the R6. If this video convinced you to maybe downsize to a 4-post rack, then look at the RM3, the RM4, and maybe the HR2 as possible contenders for saving money or trading off color options and bigger uprights versus more space and more metal. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and tell your friends about my channel. And if you have any questions, pop them in the comments section below. Other than that, I wish you a very pleasant day and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.